Right now at 5, Rockford police investigate a neighborhood incident. The scene witnesses describe as a drive-by shooting. Plus, the Winnebago County coroner identifies the man killed in a weekend shooting as police search for the gunman. And jury selection taking longer than expected in the trial against a former state politician. The latest from the courtroom with 7 jurors still to be selected.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Thanks for joining us for Eyewitness News at 5. Rockford police are investigating after a shooting in a neighborhood. Police were at the scene near the intersection of Fairview Blvd and Greenwood Avenue around noon today. Evidence markers were seen scattered across the street. Police have not released any details, but we spoke with one witness at the scene.
Saw this gray Chrysler 300 pull up. He started creeping towards that fire hydrant. Both windows in the back seat rolled down, and they were firing from both sides. 8 shots I counted, and within seconds it was all said and done, and they skirted off, went towards State Street that way.
A police spokesperson says no injuries were reported. We're still following this story, and we'll bring you more details as soon as we have them. The Winnebago County coroner identifies the victim of a weekend murder. 26-year-old Octavia Smith was shot and killed Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., police responded to the intersection of South Main and Ray Streets. That's just southwest of Davis Park. Smith was found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He died at a local hospital. Police have not released any suspect information. If you know anything about this, contact Rockford Police or State Line Area Crime Stoppers. Letter carriers in Illinois are rallying statewide in their fight for a fair contract with improved safety measures.
We calling for more safety measures in Chicago. Something needs to be done. We cannot keep going out here risking our lives. And as I always stated, we are the #1 delivery, and we want to get home to our families. So something needs to be done. We have asked for that. We're calling on new leadership in Chicago, all the way from the postmaster general, all the way to local postmasters and the district manager, because they don't care about the employees. They don't understand what we're facing out there each and every day as we go out there in fear.
The Illinois State Association of Letter Carriers held a rally this morning at Federal Plaza in Chicago. It was one of 8 across the state for the Union's Day of Action. They're calling on the United States Postal Service to be more transparent in their ongoing contract negotiations. The letter carriers say they have support from city, state, and congressional lawmakers. Rockford gas prices are up 8 cents over the last week. That's according to the latest report from Gas Buddy. The current price of the pump in Rockford is $3.37 a gallon. The national average also rose, sitting at $3.16. Experts say prices are increasing due to ongoing conflicts in the Middle East, and added that Hurricane Milton did not affect refineries in Florida. You can find a full list of stations in our area and their prices on our website, mystateline.com. Jury selection for Mike Madigan's federal corruption trial continues tomorrow after today's court holiday. 7 more jurors, including 6 alternates, still need to be selected. The former Illinois House Speaker is charged with racketeering, including using his public position to get business for his private law firm and scheming with ComEd and AT&T to get contracts for his allies. The judge had originally hoped opening statements would start tomorrow, but the pace of jury selection has been slower than expected. 8 women and 3 men have been seated. New research shows that sleeping in a bit longer on the weekends just might be good for your heart. Zoreen Shah has more.
Research presented at the European Society of Cardiology shows that getting extra sleep on your days off could lower your risk of heart disease by up to 20%. The study found the effect was even stronger for those who typically logged fewer than 7 hours of sleep on weeknights. Experts recommend making quality sleep a priority, as chronic lack of sleep can harm your heart by raising stress hormones and blood pressure. And while a longer weekend snooze can help you catch up on the rest, try to focus on getting quality sleep all week long. Aim for consistent bedtime habits that allow for 7 to 9 hours of sleep nightly. Your heart will thank you. With this Medical Minute, I'm Zoreen Shah.
Well, today is Columbus Day, and while many state line schools remained open, Oregon School District gave kids the day off. Many of them went to NIU's Loredo Taft Field campus for a day of fun activities. The event was run by the Oregon Park District. Kids ages 5 through 12 played games, hiked, and learned about nature. Lunch was also included, prepared by cooks at the campus. The campus, which served as NIU's outdoor education center, will close permanently at the end of the year. That announcement was made last month. The university cited a lack of alignment with NIU's current mission and goals, as well as the finances needed to keep the facility open. The campus will hold a public, unguided walkthrough for free on November 10th for anyone who wants to reminisce at the campus before it closes. This year's Chicago Marathon was one for the record books. Kenyan runner Ruth Chepngetich smashed the world record for the women's marathon by nearly 2 minutes.
This is my dream that has come true. I fight a lot, thinking about world record, and I have fulfilled it, and I'm much grateful.
She finished the race in 2 hours, 9 minutes and 57 seconds. She's the first woman to break 2 hours, 10 minutes in the marathon. John Courer of Kenya won the men's race with a time of 2 hours and 2 minutes. Switzerland's Marcel Hug took first place in the men's wheelchair race. And Catherine Debrunner, also of Switzerland, won the women's wheelchair race for the second year in a row. She set a course record for the women's race, finishing in 1 hour and 36 minutes. Still to come, both presidential candidates holding rallies in Pennsylvania today. This week's swing state blitz with just 22 days until the election. And coming up at 6, Florida neighborhoods are still underwater 5 days after Hurricane Milton made landfall. The continued recovery efforts as President Biden visits the region.
And rain for us will remain in short supply as high pressure dominates the skies the next several days. It's brought temperatures down here in the short term. We were in the 50s for much of this afternoon, but our numbers will climb through the end of the week. A look at how warm it gets coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
The race for the White House continues this week with just 22 days until November 5th. Today, former President Trump and Vice President Harris are in the critical battleground state of Pennsylvania. Hannah Brandt has the latest on the race.
Tonight, former President Donald Trump is holding a town hall in the Philadelphia suburbs, and Vice President Kamala Harris will be in the other corner of the state, hosting a rally in Erie.
We are nearing the home stretch.
Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are very busy on the campaign trail this week. Today, both candidates have events in Pennsylvania, and later in the week, Harris is targeting blue wall states with stops in both Michigan and Wisconsin, while Trump plans to travel to Georgia, Illinois, Florida, and New York. And the candidates are using the events to target each other.
We have stupid leaders, and we're getting rid of these stupid leaders. We can't have another 4 years where we have stupid, incompetent leaders.
VP Harris is slamming the Trump campaign for not releasing his medical records and refusing to do another debate.
Are they afraid that people will see that he is too weak and unstable to lead America?
And former President Trump went after Harris on immigration.
If Kamala gets 4 more years, the entire country will be turned into a migrant camp, and that's what's happening.
VP candidate Senator J.D. Vance is also on the road, looking to rack up votes for Team Trump.
Right now, we're feeling very, very good about where we are. We think that we have the momentum.
And former President Bill Clinton is rallying on behalf of Harris. Earlier today, he laid out the stakes for voters in Georgia.
There are 7 states where the election is too close to call. We could win them all. And we could lose them all.
Today, Fox News announced they'll be doing an interview with VP Harris that'll air on Wednesday night. That'll be her first time ever doing a formal sit-down interview with that network. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
Back here in the state line, it was a chilly one. Temperatures only making it into the 50s, and we could see our first freeze later this week. Candace lets us know when. That's coming up in her forecast next.
Now, Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, what a change it has been from our temperatures that were in the 80s Friday to the 70s on Saturday, 60s yesterday, and numbers that have been in the 50s here through much of this afternoon. But we are going to warm those temperatures right back up as we head throughout the end of the week. In between, we've got a few spotty showers that have been falling across parts of the area here late this afternoon and evening. And then we've got that widespread frost freeze potential by tomorrow night. For tonight, we've got the cloud cover in place. There are some breaks here and there as far as the clouds are concerned, but mostly cloudy, and you notice the wind picking up. That wind is actually going to increase through the night, gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour overnight and into tomorrow. It's chilly out there. Temperatures sit at 51 right now in Rockford, Freeport. You're at 52 in Rochelle, 51 right now down in DeKalb. Our weather watcher Terry in Genoa sits at 53 degrees, dew point at 38, so still plenty of dry air in place. So while I do think we see a spotty shower or two here as we look through the late evening hours and into the overnight, it's not going to be anything widespread because we still do have plenty of dry air to overcome. But as we've got kind of this secondary low pressure system coming in tonight, that'll help reinforce some of the cloud cover and allow our winds, unfortunately, to pick up. Not nearly as strong as what they were yesterday, but it does get breezy going into tomorrow. All of this tied into this deep low pressure system now off to our northeast, pulling down that cold air and rotating around that low. You get these little disturbances. Now, further to the north and to the east, there's been more convective showers and even a few isolated thunderstorms that have popped up. A few reports of some ice pellets and even some grapple with some of the stronger showers that have occurred. You see this lighter green out to the west over Iowa. That's precipitation showing up in the cloud, just having a hard time actually reaching the surface. So again, all of this tied in to this upper level low that'll continue to work through. But why I say it has a hard time reaching the ground, look at our dew point temperatures. It's really dry out there. So those numbers sitting in the 20s and the 30s indicate that drier air mass. So a hard time for some of those showers to really reach the ground. But again, we've had a few, so that's why I think a couple of spotty showers will be possible. And as I mentioned, the wind will be picking up, gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour. It'll be chilly tomorrow. Look for a cloudy start in the morning, some showers to the east of us, and then we'll gradually see our skies clear out as high pressure moves closer to us. Those temperatures will sit in the 50s for tomorrow. But tomorrow night, we are down into the upper 20s and low 30s, and because of that, a freeze warning has been issued for Stevenson, Joe Daviess, Carroll, and Whiteside counties, and a freeze watch for everywhere else outside of the surrounding Lake Michigan counties. This is for tomorrow night, so Tuesday night going into Wednesday, and I do think it's possible we see some more at least frost and freeze potential again once we get into Wednesday night. Notice our wind speeds come down. So tonight we've got cloud cover and that breezy wind, which I think will limit the overall widespread frost. Temperatures tonight are near 38, but tomorrow night and Wednesday night, those numbers will drop at least into the lower 30s, if not some upper 20s as we head through that time. But our winds will shift around through the end of the week. The wind will pick up back this time from the southwest, and it warms those temperatures right back up. So we see the 60s and the 70s return. Overnight lows will gradually warm as well. But you notice one thing lacking outside of today, Mimi, those rain showers, at least through the weekend.
We sure could use some of that. All right, thanks, Candace. Scott's next with sports. The Bears are feeling good heading into their bye week, especially with the way their rookie quarterback's playing.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
I think most Bears fans would have taken a 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks of this season if given that option back in August. They have a rare 3-game winning streak going and now a bye week to enjoy it. And the most encouraging sign for the Bears is Caleb Williams is not looking like a rookie anymore. Over his last 4 games, he's completed 70% of his passes. He's thrown for more than 1,000 yards, and he's thrown 9 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions. He's on pace to break every Bears rookie passing record by mid-season and probably will break all team passing records well before the end of the regular season, although the schedule will get more challenging from here on out. And the Bears' next game will be a week from Sunday against Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. The Commanders, though, will be without Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jonathan Allen. He'll miss the rest of the season with a torn pec muscle. The Lions are keeping the door open that Aiden Hutchinson could return for the Super Bowl if they make it that far. He's definitely done for the rest of the regular season after breaking 2 bones in his lower left leg yesterday. He had surgery last night to place a rod in his leg. Hutchinson is expected to make full recovery, but he's going to need 4 to 6 months for that leg to heal. In Monday Night Football, the Bills take on the Jets tonight. Aaron Rodgers will try to shake off the 3 interceptions he threw last week. We'll have that game here on WTVO at 7 o'clock. NIU defensive tackle Skylar Gill-Howard is really coming into his own. He's been named the Mid-American Conference Co-Defensive Player of the Week. In Saturday's win at Bowling Green, Gill-Howard had 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and 6 total tackles. He's part of an NIU defense that leads the nation in third down defense and is 5th in the nation in total defense. Well, the AP preseason college basketball rankings are out. Kansas is number 1. Alabama, UConn, and Houston round out the top 4. Fighting Illini are ranked 26th. Lonzo Ball is expected to make his return for the Bulls in their preseason game Wednesday night against the Timberwolves. He hasn't played in 2.5 years following multiple knee surgeries. The Bulls will play their regular season opener next Wednesday night. They have a preseason game tonight against the Bucks. In the MLB playoffs, the Mets are leading the Dodgers right now 6-3 in the 6th inning. The Mets are trying to even that series at 1. And Game 1 of the American League Championship Series will be played a bit later, the Guardians against the Yankees. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Well, we've got plenty of cloud cover out there now, and we will see a few scattered showers kind of as we go through this evening as well as through the overnight. Winds, they're a little breezy from time to time, but that wind will pick up through the night lasting into tomorrow. Tomorrow, winds will gust 20-25 miles per hour, so that'll definitely put the chill in the air. Tomorrow night, we've got a freeze warning and a freeze watch, so bottom line, frost freeze likely as we head through Tuesday night into Wednesday, and some frost potential again Wednesday night.
Thanks, Candace, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 6.